to listen to your body and just do what your body's happy with. And if it hurts, stop immediately. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to find our nice easy pose. We're going to sit with our sitting bones on the floor, roll our shoulders back, zip up our abs, hold our crown high, and just close your eyes or gaze down to the floor and find your breath. And put your hands on your knees or in your lap, wherever feels comfortable for you. And just find your breath and relax. And remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose as well. And what we'll do is we'll do 5 breaths where you breathe in through your nose and you breathe out through your mouth like you're blowing through a straw. So and then we're going to warm up our neck again. So we're going to look to one side on an exhale, inhale to middle, exhale to the other side. And then we're going to do our neck up and down. So on an exhale, chin to chest, inhale up, exhale just a little bit back, don't stretch your neck too far. Inhale, and then we're going to put in some arm stretches and shoulder stretches. If you put your arms above your head on an inhale, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, exhale. Okay, and then we're going to hold one of our wrists. So what you need to do is pull your arm up and just lean a little to the side. Centre. And then swap wrists, so just pull it up and over. Okay, and we're going to add some twists in. So you put your opposite hand on your opposite knee and then twist to the side with your hand behind your back. Pyramid fingers on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to centre, exhale, inhale, exhale. Right, we're going to get into our tabletop position now. Let's get us nice and warm in our backs. So, make sure your wrists are stacked over your shoulders, your knees are over your hips, your fingers are grounded to the floor. The tops of your feet are grounded and your calves, and on inhale lift your sitting bones and your head high, and on an exhale curl your back and chin to chest. Do it with your own breath, and also slide your shoulder blades down your back and breathing in. We're going to add in some hip circles now, so anything that works for you, but just a little in, round. Just loosening up your body. And change direction. Okay. And now basically it's a bit like crunching. So what we're going to do is bring our opposite knee to our opposite elbow and then kick out. So similar to last time, so in and out. So make sure you use your core, pull your tummy button inwards, and then make sure your leg is nice and in a straight line and not up there or down there. And then your gaze is to the floor to keep your back nice and straight. And then swap sides. Find your strength again. Okay. And then from here we're going to go into our first downward dog. So if you put your hands a little bit further forward and curl your toes and push your sitting bones into the air. Okay, make sure your feet are hip width apart, your belly button's pulling to the sky, your sitting bones are in the sky, and you have a nice straight back. So this might mean that you need to bend your knees to get a nice straight back. Okay, and then just pedal your feet a bit, stretch those hamstrings. And then from here we're going to do a side plank. So from your downward dog you twist your feet on top of each other and just sort of swiggle around. So you've got a few options. If this hurts your wrist, you can do it from your elbow and push your hips up high. Put your arm up if you want, or you can just put it down if it's easier. If you want a harder one, I'll try and do it, but you can lift your leg up to make it harder, or just hold. So keep your hips lifted and your gaze up. And then we're going to go back into downward dog and swap sides. Let's find your breath a second. And then away we go. So twist our feet, line up. Oops. So you can do it on your hands, or I prefer it on my elbows because my wrists are a bit painful. Lift those hips up, tummy muscles in. You can lift your leg again if you want. Okay, and then back down into your downward dog. Not very elegant today. Okay, and then we're from here, just put all those legs one last time. And we're going to walk towards our hand into our first forward fold of the day. So chest to thighs, and you can either just hang, or you can put your hands on the floor, or you can hug your elbows and twist a bit. Whatever your body's telling you to do. And then we're going to roll up into our mountain pose. So for our mountain pose, our feet can either be big toes touching, or I prefer it hip width apart, and then ground your toes down one at a time. Got an invisible thread pulling you up, crown nice and tall, chin parallel to the floor, roll your shoulders back, and then pull your fingers towards the ground Have your hands with palms in or your hands with palms out, whichever you prefer. The out opens your shoulders up more. Okay, and then we're going to do our first sun salutation of the day. Get us nice and warm and wake us up. So on an inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, swallow dive into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, down to plank. You can do this on your knees if you like, down to chaturanga, which is a tricep press. And then inhale, upward dog. Roll those shoulders back and exhale to downward dog. And then we're going to lift our left leg in the air and then lunge it forwards. You can help it if need be, so it gets between your hands. And this is our high lunge. Right, and then from here we're just going to add in a twist. If you can either twist like that or you can hook your elbow under your knee, whichever works for you. If you're hooking your elbow under your knee, make sure you're pushing your palms together to open up your chest. And then put your fingers to the floor, step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight back bend. Hands to heart. Okay, we're going to do that again on the other side. So inhale, exhale, swallow dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Just going to hold this for 3 breaths. And we're going to lift our other leg up in the air, lunge forwards, help it if you need to, and then come up into your high lunge. And then we're going to do a twist, or you can hook it again, depending on your balance. Fingers down, step forward into your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Right, we'll just do it one more time on each side and then we'll go on to some warriors. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, lift your leg in the air. I'm doing my left leg. Step forward, lunge forwards. Hands up. Okay, we won't put a twist in this time, we'll do a back bend. And hands down. Step forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. And then last time. Inhale, exhale, flat, exhale, plank to chaturanga, wood dog, exhale, down dog. Lift your other leg in the air. And lunge through. And then up if you can. And a slight back bend. hands to floor, step forward into flat back, exhale, forward fold, inhale, exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so that's our sun salutations done for this morning. We're going to do some quick warriors. So for the warrior, you can step or jump sideways, so your feet quite wide apart. Front leg turn forward, the back leg stays at 90 degrees and your heels are on train tracks. And then you lunge into the front leg. So you need to make sure your knees are at a nice right angle. Tummy in, hips facing towards the side of your body. And then your hands come out. So just check the level. Lunge deeper and look over your front middle finger. And then we're going to do extended angles. We're going to flip over, bring our arms up, flop, put your elbow on your thigh. If you're a bit more advanced, you can drop your arms to the floor, but I can't do that one personally. You need a block there, so I prefer this one. And back up, and then we're going to swap sides. So twist the other leg forwards. Back leg at 90 degrees, heels in a row. Nice angle on there, hips forward, arms out, make sure they're level, and lunge forward, looking over your middle finger. So remember to keep your bottom muscles squished, so squeeze your bottom, keep your belly button in, make all those muscles work. We're going to do a side angle, extended side angle. Okay, let's shake that out. Righty-ho. We're going to do a forward fold next, a wide-legged one. So if you jump with your feet apart again, or step them there, and then you hinge at your hips and fold in half to the floor. Right, have a slight micro bend in your legs so they don't lock, and you can either put your hands on the floor, you might need to make your feet a bit wider, but make sure your feet are parallel. So you put your hands on the floor, or you can put them on your ankles, wherever feels happy for you, and keep that slight micro bend. And then from here you can do some side twists as well, so you can put your opposite hand onto your opposite toe and open up. And then swap sides. Do one more on each side. Last one. Just going to go into a child's pose now to give our bodies a bit of time to rest after all those stretches. So there's two choices, two options. You can either have your legs close together, sitting on your heels with your hands at your back by your feet, or you can do the other one where you open your knees and your hands are in front of you. If you've done the one with your hands in front of you, you can also add in some nice stretches to the side to really stretch your back and shoulders. pose and make those abs work this morning. So I'm not sure if any of you have ever done boat before, but you want to keep your knees as close to your chest as possible. So part one would be here. So your feet just off the floor, you're balancing, you're using your core muscles. Okay, if you're happy here, stay here. Part two would be to put your knees further up and your arms out. And number three, I'll try and demonstrate, is when you've got straight legs going up. I don't think my legs go very straight. But the key is to keep your thighs as close to your chest as possible. So this is more of my happy place. And you can also do heel taps from here. And then if you chose this one, you can also do toe taps. Just try and keep your bow together. Another option, put your legs down if you need to, and then go back into it. Another option would be something called a gondola, so you put where you put your legs straight. There you go. So you're sort of rocking like a gondola. So if you want to have a play around with that one, you can do, and then we'll just do one more ab one, which is the yogi bicycle, which is as it sounds. So you put your arms, your hands by your ears, you don't want to be yanking your neck up, and then you're going to bring opposite elbow to opposite knee, and engaging your core, but just be careful you do not yank your neck. Last one. Okay. Right, lie back and then rock your knees into your chest. And do little circles on the ceiling if you like. Or you can just rock from left to right. Okay, and then we're going to do our knee twist. So if we put our hands out in a T shape and drop our knees to one side and our head to the other side. Switch sides. If you don't feel the stretch, you can always put your knee higher up if you like. One more on each side. And then we're going to go into our Shavasana. Just check this time. Yeah. So the Shavasana is our corpse pose. So we're going to put our feet by the sides of our mat and drop down. Put our palms facing up and relax your chin and your jaw. And we're just going to relax for 2 minutes so your body can recover. So just before we do that, I'm just going to tense every muscle. So feet, bottom, hands, face, everything. Just tense it all. And then release it all on an exhale. Feel all your tension melt into the floor. Just breathe. when you're ready, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Twist your wrists and your ankles. And drop your neck from side to side. And bring your knees to your chest. Have a little rock. And then slowly twist to one side and get up. We're going to be back in our easy pose. So sitting nicely on our sitting bones, roll those shoulders back, and then with an inhale, raise our arms. Exhale, stop. Namaste.